listening to the Mac Radio Network at www.macdonaldproductions.org. We're back here on the Andy Mac Show. Thanks for tuning in with your host, Andy Mac. Yeah, just to answer some people, we had some issues, my wife and I, with our next kid. Over the course of last week, everything's been buttoned up, though, and squared away. I was very uneasy because, the Lower Keys Hospital down here has, very inadequate health care. Miami, they're much better. However, it's just the way it goes down in a fucking island like this. It's like a third world country. You try and get anything for, children, unborn children, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fucking garbage. Seriously. You'd be lucky if you didn't walk out dead. The way it is down here, man. It's like healthcare doesn't give a shit. The police are fucking hired security guards that are pretty cool, but don't really give a shit. And then you got the rest of the people are out here just like, oh, yeah, well, What do you think about that, kids? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's pretty much all the same way around. How would you guys like it if it was a northern healthcare system and a much better police department and just people that actually give a shit on an island, instead of demoting and demeaning kids? That's what I thought. That's right, Jimmy. All right. Step right up. Even if you are retarded. Great. Anyway, we're going to get into our last song here, Hypnotic Distortion. See, I got the whole line feed before all that shit even happened, so could take care of that immediately before you even had to hear, any conversation between me and my fucking sound guy. Thank God. Anyway, we're going to play Hypnotic Distortion here on the Andy Mac Show, and then we'll be right back, and then we'll finish out the show. We got a lot to talk about still, Fantasy Fest, everything coming up, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. So we'll be back in 2 and 2. No, I'm just kidding. You would love to see this be the romance connection, wouldn't you? Hi, yeah. We're just trying to get you to call in the phone lines so we can talk that nasty, dirty shit. Yeah, we're going to come out there and find you. We're going to believe that you know what you're talking about and we don't. I'd love to be that guy. I would. I'd even change my name to Jack Lime. You know what I mean? So, anyway, last song. Then we'll be right back. Andy Mac Show. Host Andy Mac. Listening to the Mac Radio Network, www.macdonaldproductions.org. We're back once again at the end of the show. Just catching everybody up on Fantasy Fest and everything that's been going on. I heard we had a great Goombay gathering downtown. Just want to say hey to everybody that I work with and everybody that, was working around. And I saw a lot of people. Saw a lot of FM fuckers down there, too. I just wanted to say a big fuck you to you guys. You know what I mean? Guys sitting there trying to interview me and shit. Hey, there's Andy Mack. Hey, let's get him over here. Dude, I was like, no comment. I don't want to hear anything having to do with FM radio. I was like, seriously. They're like, what are you going against us, Andy Mack? I'm like, I ain't got shit against fucking you personally. And, I have a lot of respect for the DJs and bullshit pole jockeys that fucking sit over there and work on FM radio, but I ain't got no kind of time to be sitting there trying to be interviewed like some kind of fucking like inbred racehorse. You know what I mean? I can't stand that shit. Just because they're so interested in what the fuck I'm doing, you guys can just stay over on your side with the FCC laws. You know what I mean? I can't stand hearing anything having to do with the FCC or anything having to do with constraints or conforming or any of that kind of bullshit. I just can't stand it. It's not anything that I want to hear. It really, really isn't. And people are like, oh, yeah, well, this and that. And it's just like, Jesus, I can't stand it, man. I really can't. So anyway, Fantasy Fest is coming up this weekend. It is, let's see, anime. That's right, animation, the old anime. It should be pretty freaky, man. Last year was pretty freaky. This year should be even more freakier than last year. Definitely more nudity, definitely more swearing, farting, and just all around immorality having to do with the town because that's just the way this town gets down. So, if you're in Key West and you want to hang out and see Fantasy Fest and all the